Donald Trump made another campaign stop in Atlanta to fire up his Georgia supporters. He went to a campaign fundraiser event in Buckhead, but not before a surprise stop at a local fast food restaurant. Atlanta News First Carly Barnett spoke exclusively with one of the organizers of that event and joins us now outside the St. Regis in Buckhead. Carly?
Blair, I spoke with former Senator Kelly Loeffler. She is one of the hosts of that event. She said behind me at the St. Regis there were about 300 people there today. It was certainly a busy day in Metro Atlanta for the former president. Undoubtedly won't be the only one, as we are in full election season and Georgia is a key swing state. Former President Donald Trump landed at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport Wednesday, his first time back in the Peach State since he unofficially secured the GOP nomination.
There has never been anybody that's damaged our country like crooked Joe Biden. So I predict November 5th, the most important day in the history of our country, and it's going to be Christian Visibility Day.
He took aim at President Biden and Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, who indicted the former president last year.
I suspect that case is going to be terminated because it has absolutely no credibility.
His motorcade made a pit stop at the Chick-fil-A in Vine City.
Hello, everybody.
He handed out milkshakes and discussed the polling numbers.
Our polling is very good in the state of Georgia overall.
Then it was off to the St. Regis in Buckhead for a major fundraiser. The flyer shows couples were charged $6,600 for entry, even $25,000 for a picture with the former president. The media was not invited in, but Atlanta News First spoke exclusively with one of the organizers, former U.S. Senator Kelly Loeffler.
We are the battleground state.
She's founder of the campaign organization Greater Georgia and a top donor to the former president.
Georgians realize that they're paying unprecedentedly high prices at the grocery store. The gas pump prices are 40% higher than when President Trump was in office. And now we've got an open border and sadly the murder of Laken Riley in Athens, Georgia.
Political action committees have spent millions on Trump's legal fees, but Loeffler says that does not deter the former president's base.
Every time President Trump gets indicted, his polling goes up because Americans see what's happening.
Now, a recent poll from the Wall Street Journal shows that Trump is leading in 6 of the 7 most competitive states, including right here in Georgia. Now, we reached out to the Democratic Party of Georgia to get their thoughts on the former president being in town today. They gave us a statement. It reads in part, "Today, Trump's defeated U.S. Senate delegation, well-connected billionaires and Christian nationalists are gathering in Atlanta to celebrate him overturning Roe and taking away the rights of Georgia's women at a glitzy fundraiser to raise money for his legal defense fund." End quote. Live in Buckhead tonight, Carly Barnett, Atlanta News First.